It's ADSN on the beat, where the data meets the street. James and Daniel in your feed, breaking down the code you need. Tech talk, ad game, and a little AI. Every week we got the chat on ADSN.
Back another week, the rundown. James, this is the weekly episode where we cover everything going on X. We cover the posts, the hottest things, and of course, we got our primary posts. Let's jump into it.
We have some LinkedIn slop in here. It's not just X. Occasionally,
you're right. We got some LinkedIn, but no AI slop. Actually, that is a tremendous segue into our first story here. This one coming from Elizabeth Godspeed from X, where she posted that she's absolutely fascinated by LinkedIn's decision to add "quote unquote" sound like AI slop button to their post response dropdown. I've looked into this. It looks like they're testing it to kind of see what it is. It's not on every post. It's not available for everyone. But this was then reported by TechCrunch and a lot of larger folks. And so there's a definite pushback to the AI slop trend that's going on.
Yes, it's interesting for a few reasons. One, it's I love how the community guidelines approach that Elon instituted at X has now become like the predominant way that things. It does show actually that AI is not the best solution for finding the truth. There's a reason why all these platforms keep relying on humans for the feedback on what is actually false or slop. The other thing is I think we'll look back at and this is such a moment in time. The fact that we even talk about AI slop would be like I don't know. It'd be like someone calling you out for writing a paper and you use the internet for research.
Which was a thing when we were growing up.
Totally,
we were not allowed to use Wikipedia because it didn't have it wasn't a primary source.
Yes, crazy. Yeah. We are in that phase of this thing. We also just aged ourselves incredibly well. But yeah, this is not like the No Permission podcast where you deal with children. This is 240-year-olds talking about.
Yeah, this is not the next gen. This is the old guard.
But yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I think it's interesting. They have a big enough, footprint. Maybe they can get really good. And I still think the other side of the coin on this, we've talked about this before, but I think it's so obvious given how much writing derives from chat that it will turn into a publishing platform itself. And at that point, if I'm going through a news feed of content created via AI, via an AI platform, then it's all AI slop. So I think this is just kind of this is some PM had a clever idea and it's in there, and I think it'll kind of do nothing.
It makes some people feel good. But then, this kind of extended out to other platforms. I think you said the community guidelines on X has kind of set the bar now, which is a fantastic feature as you're kind of reading through it. But this one coming from Vadim, who's actually building an AI editing tool called Vugola, I think. But he posted that, Snapchat now has banned AI content in Spotlight, and Evan made a really big announcement around this. YouTube deleted over 130,000 channels overnight that were kind of AI slop or just AI generated content and people trying to monetize. And his point is, you have these faceless channels, these faceless creators that for the last year, maybe year plus, we're just printing cash every month, every day, just putting out AI content. And like everything else, that gold rush is gone. The platforms are realizing that is a negative to user experience, at least in its current structure. And to your point, maybe there is a world where there's an AI feed, but it cannot bleed into the human feed. And there has to be a very clear distinction of this is human led and this is AI led.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to be that bifurcated. I think what we're seeing is that there are two types of feeds that are being created. There is the legacy feed that we kind of grew up in, and then there's an AI native feed that we are probably not sure what the form factor is yet. It's not around us. And like everything that I feel like this AI thing is it's so, I think people think that the old thing is going to adopt AI and change the form factor of it. I just think there's going to be a speed run of and it doesn't exist yet, but you think about how Chat and Claude are just part of everything you do and how much that has impacted Google, regardless of like what like Gemini adoption looks like or like a Google stock. Like it is crazy that how much of search volume has moved to these things. And no one thought that was like gonna happen. And obviously like TikTok kind of did it with these like social feeds, but I still think there's like an AI feed. Like if I were investing in early stage startups on the consumer side right now, which I really don't do a lot of consumer stuff, I think I'd probably go, it's funny, Apple hasn't talked about this. I would bet on some ads people building the next social network that is AI native. I think, and Apple has talked about using the Apple algorithm for like a social feed so they can get their own inventory. It's probably another thing where they're not morons and they're probably they're probably right. So
some smart guys in that room talking about some interesting things. Yeah.
If anyone wants to do that, tell me, and I want to help you do that. That sounds pretty fucking cool. Anyway, things all interesting, but I think we're missing the next thing, which isn't here yet.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. Speaking of AI, I mean, we're just going down the gamut. OpenAI had a rough week, maybe more specifically Sam Altman, where he, posted a really cool use case for ChatGPT where you can connect your family calendars, explain your kids' interests, and it'll start generating podcasts and things that you can listen to on the way to school. What was really funny is Alex Hirsch replied, what if you just talk to your children? Which I think is kind of what all of us were thinking. And his reply got 5 times as many retweets and about 25 times the number of likes as Sam Altman's. Like there is a clear backlash on this perspective of like, let's automate all these aspects of our life, where it's like, no, let's go have the conversation. Like this isn't one area I think people are trying to get AI to simplify their life.
I don't know Sam Altman, but like, I bet you we have a different level of prioritization for how we spend time with our kids than him. He obviously has other benefits that have come with like the lifestyle that he lives in terms of just like he's on the road. I'm sure he's got to be gone all the time, right? So like I'm sure for a guy like that who's like probably less present than most, just by the nature of like what he's prioritized. I guess you could talk yourself into it, but I thought it was totally ludicrous. I saw a great post from Mary Bloom of former Snapchat and lead PM on Apple Maps. And she actually has something very cool that she's doing next that I'm not sure if it's public yet, but I'm excited for her. But she basically like, this is like I think she posted on Instagram. She's like, this is such a joke. I like made a family like OS. She like vibe coded, of course, like Mary did. She like vibe coded. Yeah. It's like this example, we were talking about how like women are going to take over development. She like vibe coded some like amazing little family OS. And it was like not to like learn more like kids. It was actually so you could spend less time dealing with the like drudgery of like managing the different pieces so you can actually talk to your kids more. And it's like, and so I think that's where Altman missed the boat here. I don't know. Like I saw another guy of the head of product at Universal Ads yesterday at 3:00. I did see him post that he took a break from working to spend time with his kid.
What a father. Father of the year.
I guess just for clarity, that was Daniel Druger posted that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I did have a comment that I deleted that said, awesome, get back to work. But I decided that may not be the
know
best
your
thing
audience, James.
Yes.
That one surprisingly resonated with a lot of people, which, I think we're all just like trying to balance it all. And
was that AI Slop? Did you write that whole thing yourself?
Oh, I wrote the whole thing. No, definitely not AI Slop.
Okay.
AI didn't even help with it. That one was, again, stream of consciousness, wrote it. I had that feeling truly last week, went scootering with my son. He's normally not home that early. Came home and was like, Dad, let's go scooter. And I was on a call with one of our good friends for work. And to her credit, Martha Ann, she has 3 kids. She was like, go scooter with your son. Like, we can talk in an hour when you're back or tonight, like go scooter with your son. And it was fantastic.
Not all superheroes wear capes, Daniel.
No. So anyway, that one surprisingly resonated with a lot of people. I think parents have having a hard time.
Is this turning into like
AI
a parenting tech podcast? What if this is what this?
I think so. Well, we're those
THC
unks, those old guys that just aged ourselves on this episode, and so I think we are that.
All right,
we are that.
Let's get back to
embrace
it.
it.
Right now. Yeah.
So speaking of the young people,
Okay.
and keeping on the OpenAI theme, they're also getting roasted, the company, because they hosted an influencer event. This is like, I mean, I think this is blown out of proportion personally, but people are like, this is the propaganda machine. Like AI company is inviting all these influencers to like push their agenda through social. And it's like, I don't know, like that's their job, one. And two, like, what do you think every brand in the world is doing? Your favorite brand is working with the same influencer to like tell the story, and it either resonates or it doesn't. I think it's funny for OpenAI to do this, but I also think the backlash was like wildly unwarranted. I
just love how, this is like the episode where we just talk about old we are. I love how everyone, like the youth, think everything's so bad. It's like, to them, like OpenAI is like Parliament lights. They're like cigarettes. That like, it's like, and then even I saw, like, it's funny, as I'm drinking this, I'm drinking Diet Coke. It's like my father-in-law like visits and leaves them here, and I like end up just like chugging them. They're so bad for you. But I don't know if you see now that like the youth call these fridge cigarettes, and there's
which I think is hysterical. God forbid Diet Coke and a Parliament, but let me put in a pack of Zins.
Yeah, I saw that it went viral. There was an AI of like a Diet Coke can, but it looked like a pack of Marlboro Lights. It like had like that style. It was hysterical.
Oh my God.
Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I think these influencers they're paid to shill. So like, I don't know, youth.
Go enjoy a nice cabin excursion, all paid for, expense trip. Like, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's worse things going on.
Yeah.
But in good news, we got Arnold Schwarzenegger. I did not think we would ever get Arnold Schwarzenegger named on the rundown.
Yes. I met Arnold Schwarzenegger when I was like 8. My mom was like kind of friends with him. Isn't that kind of interesting? Yeah. It was like
very interesting. How was he? How was he?
Very nice. Very nice. Like, I mean, we were like shell shocked. I met him in DC. Couldn't have been nicer. And yeah, it was kind of cool. But it's like the fact that he like became governor was like, holy shit, this guy like,
he did
it. And in Demolition Man, which is this is the second time we've talked about Demolition Man on this podcast. They predated him being governor. It was all about how he was going to become president. So it's like really, like Schwarzenegger really kind of did all the things he said he was going to do. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, no, I mean, and he's still doing it. So he's still kind of preaching his, health message, of course. And thought this was really interesting. He's got his Pump Club app, workout app. And why it went viral, right, is that he basically for his birthday said, I'm going to pay for your membership. The catch, though, was you had to actually log in and do your workout. So he would subsidize the cost of the app if you stuck around and actually worked out. And I think this is, I responded to somebody who posted this. I think it's a great kind of pricing and discount method that is not widely used to increase retention, increase usage, get people familiar with the app. And like, if they're invested in it, you're going to see a better kind of long-term value and lifetime value. And so this to me is a great method of discount. And for him, it works out great. And like the message works. It's like, work out more and I'll pay for it.
Yeah. No, I looked at it. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. And Arnold's going to get my money. So, but yeah, it's crazy. 79. And yeah, dude's, he's so impressive. Like I mean, and I bet you that app is crushing it. I wonder what it is on the app stores. I haven't checked, but I'm sure it's got to be.
We should check after. Yeah. We'll do that as a follow-up, the pre and post. Yeah.
Acquired.
Shout out Arnold, friends of the Barrows. Yeah.
Yeah. I love, I love Acquired does these full run, like, they do like their 6-hour episodes, and they have like all these in-depth things they do after. Like we're checking the ranking of Arnold's app, but whatever.
It's data. It's data.
Yeah.
All right, this next one you sent me, this post from Sheil Monat, and it's gone, I mean, wild across socials. But it was BMW partnering with Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it was basically a takeover of every display in every BMW made after 2020. So give us, what's this about?
I I can't believe they got talked into it. I could definitely imagine being in the room where someone has the idea and this shows you why big corporations suck sometimes, because like, how did this obviously bad of an idea get in there, especially given you're a premium car? Like, and it's funny, David Liu would always talk about EOV. Like, think about, there's no scenario when you're selling something as expensive as a car that this is the proper reward mechanism, right? In terms of like experience, like how much are you getting paid off this stupid thing? And it's idiotic. And I think the idea of ads in cars makes a ton of sense. And I think that you'll see X do this with the Cybercab. Like, I think that makes all the sense in the world. And we see it in New York City cabs all over the place, right? Yeah. And that's like where I think the integration between like X and Tesla and Starlink, it's all going to like become pretty unified in a very, very interesting way, especially if you think about them having the Starlink data.
I'm going to take a little bit of a different approach. I agree with you. This is like a really dumb execution. Everything you said, I agree with. But I do think that the risk of this actually is a lot less than people think. Like, to your point, people have bought the BMWs. They're already in the ecosystem. Like, I don't think this is enough for somebody to return their BMW or not buy another one. I think it does degrade from the brand value, but like, I don't think we're going to see any material change.
Yeah, if BMW wants to not sell any more cars, if they decided that the average BMW buyer is 66 and there's not going to be like, they don't care about the LTV, then I guess it's fine. But you're like,
I don't think they can keep doing this.
No,
I think as a one-time test to prove whoever like convinced them to do this, to be like, no, you're an idiot. I think this is fine. I think if they do this again.
But the Apple U2 thing happened, like 15 years ago. Everyone knows that this like stuffing of sponsored content. Yeah, I think it's, but I would get an ad supported car. Like, without a doubt, I would.
But I think you have to know you're getting it, not like turn on your car and be like, what is this thing that I'm forced to watch?
Totally. I could, if there were like which Tesla doesn't do this supposedly, and I do believe them, but like they have all the cameras inside of the car. If there were a car, it's like, I'm going to straight up spy on you. It's going to be ad supported. I think I would consider it probably as like a second car, maybe. Like, I don't know. I think I would consider it's interesting to subsidize it. Like my lease is like X% lower because it went into full on spyware mode. Maybe I would consider it, but I don't think, again, if I bought like a nice BMW, I would do it. And I think it's great. I think Tesla should be like, we're never going to, like, I don't know. They could come out with like the other hand on this one, I think. So, but whatever, I guess it's good for ads and they're talking
about it. We've tried spyware. Metro Mile did this, right, for insurance. I don't know how much you're going to monetize ads to reduce the lease payment. I mean, you look at Meta, I don't know, $50 a month, like maybe, or $50 a quarter. Like, I don't know. Like, sure.
I think this is not, but it's cool.
All right. Moving on. Orchid HQ. This one cracked me up. This is another AI tool, yet another one, kind of a personal family OS, whatever. But they didn't go, their awareness didn't grow because their product necessarily is great. They put out a bunch of launch videos that people were like disgusted by. And I think this was a strategy. I'm almost positive this was their strategy. It's a video. One of their main videos is like a woman who's complaining to a friend that her husband is like a deadbeat dad, doesn't remember birthdays, doesn't remember anniversaries, like forgot to pick up kids. And she's like, Orchid, help me make sure like he remembers everything. And this guy like wakes up, eats a bowl of cereal, and the Orchid's like, hey, today's your anniversary. You need to buy a gift. And he's like, oh crap, buy a gift for me. Like it is hysterical and like dystopian, but it worked. Like this thing went bananas. And as you can imagine, some people are like, this is incredible. This will make my life so good. And other people are like, are we really like this place in society where like this man is just totally reliant on an AI to like live.
Yeah.
But it
We're
worked.
at a place. Yeah, I think we're at a place in society where it's just so hard to cut through the noise. I mean, the distribution thing is so hard, and it's like, so doing. I mean, now even you can see these launch videos have all started to look the same. There's like that. It's kind of like that period of time where like the Instagram feed and TikTok feed all look the same. And I think now they've done a good job with the algorithms to like make it where it doesn't reward the constant sort of style. But yeah, it's tough out there. So good for those guys for doing something clever. I don't know, it's why I think this like founder led marketing stuff is so important. And like, obviously we try to do it. Like, it's just like without having a point of view and having something that like you can attach like some emotional connection to, I think you're just so screwed right now. Like, I have no idea how you get, and you see it with the smartest guys in tech. Look at like Palantir, OpenAI, SpaceX. I mean, all of it is founder led, which is like, you think of like, it's like founder and leader led. And this is a bad example, but you think about like legacy brands like Coke, P&G. I don't know, like you never see the face of the executive in these things.
You hear about the ones that are. I mean, McDonald's is a good example we talked about a few months ago, where like he's starting to get in front of the camera and taste new products and talk about his favorite. Like, there is some humanization to it, even like for a corporation like McDonald's. So
part of it, I think part of your job interview is they're going to look at like your real.
I'm a huge proponent of this. This is a living, breathing like resume and point of view and like your value system. Yeah. And like, if you're silent, like, I don't know, like you're at a disadvantage. But anyway, all right. It is time. Oh no, we got one more before we get to primary posts. We got one. Okay. This was a fun one. Our friend Mike Christo, founder of Layers, he can, talking about a point of view. He attacked this guy, Matt Schumer, not physically, who had posted a game that he built using Opus 5. And that he said, Opus 5 one-shotted this like first-person shooter, physics, the whole thing. And Mike called him out. He's like, there's no way. Like, this is BS. Like, there's no chance Opus did this one shot. And to Mike's credit, he's like, you know what? I'm going to try it. And so Mike did this whole post where he sat down with his 12-year-old son, asked his son, what do you want to build? His son said, I want to build a bike game. And Mike came back and he said, Matt, I'm sorry. We one-shotted a bike game with physics and a whole system. Took 6 hours, however many tokens, but it one-shotted the thing. And
I played the game. It was sick. Yeah. I mean, it's incredible.
It's incredible. I'm looking at it. Mike said one prompt, 5.5 million tokens. He posted the prompt, 6 hours, 31,000 lines of code. Like, this thing would have taken weeks to build. I mean, it's amazing.
My thought when I saw it was, it's like, I think I've been on too many of these like random podcasts about AGI and like simulation theory and everything. But I saw that and I was like, man, like simulation theory is people are really going to start to think this could all be fake. Cause like, if this is where we are in 2026,
oh my gosh,
where are we in like 2056? Right? Like, it's going to be unbelievable what type of experiences AI can create. I have no idea what it means for like business or ads or I have just like no idea, but I do think, I do think it's part of the reason why like I still hold the thesis that I'm really bullish on OpenAI, because I think it's so clearly going to become a gaming platform. That like, imagine like what, like everyone again talks about like how are they going to have enough supply, like right now they're like in theory for ads, so like demand rich, supply poor, and there's talk of them going ahead and doing an ad network. I think that stuff is like 1 PM kind of like off on his or her little quest. I think like the person who's going to become a hero at that place is going to be the one who stands up the gaming division there. And so this should be a reminder that, that you could probably argue the app ecosystem today has been definitely a net beneficiary of AI. right?
Yeah.
There's been like the Cambrian explosion of apps and app stores.
Yeah.
That may change when the AI apps become the app store, which is why Meta really needs to get their shit together on this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're moving, but they got to get it together. But all right, let's get to our favorite time of the show, the primary posts.
Primary post. Primary post.
All right. This one coming from Daniel Burke, new follow. Shout out to him. He's been putting out some great content. But his post talks about the next billion-dollar companies won't be built by people who have done it before, because most people who've done it before bring so many preconceived notions with them. And we've talked about on this show, the preconceived notions, I think, are the things that block so many people from like what's possible. And I am so on board with this idea that the next generation, the current generation of builders, are these people that have never done it before, that come in like eyes wide open and are just ready to work and make it a reality. And James, this is why I started No Permission Podcast, another podcast. We're going to post it here. But that is conversations I'm having with young founders, people who did not go the traditional career path. George Zoe, who we had on the podcast here, who's there, who went straight from college, raised over $1 million, invented a new snack with his co-founder, and are just doing it. Carter Monk, who said, forget the traditional path. I'm going to go build a social app because I believe so much that the loneliness epidemic is a problem for Gen Z, and I'm going to go solve it. People like Leah Marcus, who are doing Good Girl Snacks with her best friend, building pickles and like a snack product for the next generation, better branding. Like the list goes on. And these are all conversations I'm going to have, but like, I could not be more bullish on this founder class that have never done it before and why they're going to do so well. Anyway.
I mean this very sincerely. It's also why I'm really bullish on that podcast for you, because it's the same thing. You haven't done it before, right? You're jumping into it. And I think the people who haven't done these things before are going to end up crushing it, which is a nice segue, but everyone should listen to No Permission, and it's going to be posted on here too. Mm-hmm. But put links, show us, Chris, get a thing for it. Thank you, Chris. And then just to round us out, my little primary post today is from Akash Gupta, and it's about the movie The Odyssey. If you have not seen The Odyssey, I texted you right after I saw it.
You did.
I'm going to pause for a second. The Odyssey was so good. It was awesome. And I love Nolan. I think Interstellar is probably like my favorite movie like in life.
So good.
I thought Odyssey was just like, it was incredible. And I always thought, like, I was definitely one of those kids in school that didn't really read what I was supposed to read. I really kind of knew the story of like, it was like this hero's quest. I like used like, Spark Notes back in the day. I didn't read it.
Age yourself again. Yeah.
My wife has like read every page of every book she's ever been signed. She was like, she's still like surprised. She has like no idea how I like can make it through life. It's like, you like are really smart, but you like didn't do any of the things. Like we have different skills. Anyway, but the tweet is, biggest movie of 2026 is based on IP that cost the studio $0 to license. 2,800-year-old poem written by a man who may not have existed. Side note, The Odyssey was, again, Homer, no one really knows if it's like real, and it was if he was one person, and the story was all told verbally as a poem, and then eventually it was written down and became the book, which is really interesting. But The Odyssey has passed Oppenheimer's, great movie, entire domestic run in 13 days. Oppenheimer needed almost 600 days to reach 330 million. Nolan's film cleared it for its third weekend with 640 million worldwide, already banked a clear path to $1 billion. Now hold that against Hollywood spent the last 15 years doing. Disney paid $4 billion for Star Wars, $4 billion for Marvel because pre-awareness supposedly de-risks a movie. Homer has 2,800 years of pre-awareness. Millions of students get assigned the story. The awareness moat runs deeper than Marvel's. And then Nolan lays on the scarcity layer by having it go out in IMAX. It just basically goes on to show like, it kind of, maybe to your point about like the No Permission generation, like doing something non-obvious is like so clearly the path, like in this current state that we're in. And again, it's crazy to think that it's zero IP. Like this movie, there was no IP to pay for. And it's brilliant. And you see like what, the Star Wars movies, obviously like Spider-Man is like killing it. So that's like the counter of all this. And I think like, just good art wins. But, it may be a thought I had was finding things that used to exist or like were, even from our like youth that were like really valuable to us and rethinking them for this stage could be like pretty impactful. I don't know what that means, but I thought that was a good post, and that movie's awesome. People should go see it. We saw it like on a Saturday, and it got a babysitter. My wife and I saw it at 11:25 a.m. So to further age ourselves, that's what time we had to go see this stupid movie. But it was great.
All right, go see the Odyssey when the sun's still out. There we go.
Yeah.
It's ADSN on the beat, where the data meets the street. James and Daniel in your feed, breaking down the code you need. Tech talk, ad game, and a little AI. Every week we got the chat on ADSN.